Still, of course, this draft screen at the end always takes about, a year to end for some reason. But there we go. All right, we'll get into it. So again, SGD, very important for them to win these lanes out. Cuckoo already starting with the tips to MCY. There will be a smoke coming out. Some mutual respect from both teams, which is nice to see. Looks like SGD will try and go for a very quick pick-off, though, and I like this start from them. The TNC seem to be expecting somewhat of this. The Kirits will rotate around, but smoke will be broken by Tims, and yeah, they know it. They saw him straight away. They did have an observer ward available as soon as that smoke broke.
30 seconds to battle.
Tims doesn't waste time in making sure he backs off to safety. This does mean those two top bounty runes will be available, so TNC really don't need to, try and do anything at this bot lane. They just relax, let them take the bounty runes and go to their lane and do their thing. A very deep observer ward coming down from the CM already. I do wonder why place that deep. It doesn't give you vision of the tier 1 tower either. I guess you get... Do you even get... You get slight vision of that shrine if someone TPs into that. By the time the Nyx Assassin is level 6, that Observer Ward would have worn off anyway. But we'll see what the plan is here from SGD. Tim's already going to find himself a Crystal Maid. Going to start the harassment very early on as well. Cuckoo going to come in as well. Nothing leveled up quite yet. He will go for the Nightmare. They're going to try and go for a first blood straight off the bat. Tims doesn't have Hoof Stomp quite yet, but he can dive this, I feel. And the CM should just be dead. And he will be. Tims immediately getting a first blood. It almost looked like child's play to them. As soon as they knew a Crystal Maiden was going to be there, he waited at the exact right spot. Mid lane, Armel will be up against Nazjo on that Monkey King. And so they are going to focus on trying to shut down Armel rather than shut down the Lifestealer with this Monkey King, which is fair enough. Armel does generally control the tempo of the game for his team. And so keeping him down does help quite a lot, I'm sure. Of course, the Kunkka really can't do much in this lane. That Jingu Mastery is so easy to proc if he gets too close. Meanwhile, top lane, looks like MCY actually going to be in trouble and has no leap available, so Gabby just going to take him. Now Boogie, he did have mangoes available for a shackle, but he was happy with the Mirana kill. So TNC already finding two very early pickoffs. MCY, with that arrow, not able to leap away. Tim's now finding himself a double damage at that bot lane. Again, may find the CM though. His Bane is not around to actually get the Nightmare off, but they will go into the Tiny instead. With this double damage, they should be able to find this actually. Rampo, he's going to cop a lot from this. Does he actually have an Avalanche? Yes, he does. And he will get it on both heroes as well. Now this CM though, going to be chased down. Crystal Nova was there, but Tim's already has Brown Boots, double edge. And he will go in for that right click. And he will find it. The Rampo going to try for the chase. Tree throw does not actually connect, and now he's trapped again. They don't have mana for the Hoof Stomp, but he does eat a mango, and he wants to go for this. Now, mind you, Rampo, he had no mana either for the Avalanche, but he'll find both kills anyway. TNC waiting around a bit too long, trying to go for a bit too much, and by the time they thought they almost had it, the Crystal Maiden was back with the Crystal Nova. Mind you, Tim's run straight back in. Hoof Stomp, double edge available. And I guess it didn't matter in the first place. Nasjo having a very good time against Armel right now. But that Tidebringer, once you get a few levels in it, this matchup can get a lot harder for the Monkey King. Shackle will come out onto the Nyx Assassin. No Spike Carapace yet. Now he does level it up. Still, he is in a lot of danger. Gabby, he doesn't have the open wounds available, so he won't be able to chase any further for this. In fact, he did have it. He just used it a bit too early on. Nasjo now just scanned out, taking the illusion rune. Armel, of course, can do this little trick, and as I say that, Cuckoo finds Rampo again on that Tiny. So Cuckoo maintaining that aggression. Meanwhile, mid lane, Ninja Boogie is there trying to go on the Monkey King, but he's going to lose his own life because of this. And Armel now will just have to back out. A nice attempt, though. But Nasjo is still pretty healthy in this lane, pretty happy as well. He's slightly out CSing Armel. I'm actually shocked that Armel is keeping up so well, but at the same time, this is a tier 1 player we're talking about. MCY struggling in farm in terms of, well, in comparison to Gabby on that lifestealer. It isn't an easy lane. Like, Gabby can easily get these denies off. But he doesn't have any support left. Looks like Ninja Boogie did go for the pull on the creeps. Meanwhile, Tim's actually gets tossed into the CM. Rampo. That wasn't very nice. Although Tim's may end up falling because of this, but he has the stick charges available. So Rampo actually ends up betraying his Crystal Maiden. Now, top lane, they found the Nyx Assassin as well. Gabby, there is a Spike Carapace available, but he'll wait it out with those open wounds. They may find Ninja Boogie anyway. Kiritz will end up losing his own life, and MCY now will just be able to leap away from this lifestealer. That Gabby doesn't waste any more time trying to follow. Just gets straight back to farming. But we do sit at a 4-7 now. 2k net worth lead to the way of TNC for the moment. Armel. Balance Strike will connect. Nasjo might actually be able to find this, and it looks like he will. Armel perhaps sticking around a bit too long. Nasjo abuses it immediately. His team finding it quite amusing. Now Cuckoo set up. The Hoof Stomp though won't come in. The Frostbite was nice. Now the double Avalanche toss as well, but they'll go after the Crystal Maiden. She took the Nightmare for the Tiny. Meanwhile, Gabby, he found Kiritz again on that Nyx Assassin. Mid lane. Nasjo with that double damage, threatening Armel. Though will wear off. And Armel, of course, just dances his way back into the lane. Ninja Boogie again was rotating around, but he couldn't find the range for that shackle. Though Tim's, well, he wants to go for a Hoof Stomp apparently. No Stampede available on him, no Blink Dagger either. Meanwhile, bot lane, Fiend's Grip on the Tiny. Cuckoo's just going to go for a solo kill. In fact, he won't find it, although Tim's is running the right way. See if he can cut him before he gets to this fountain. In fact, Rampo thinks it's going to be coming as well. Does try to avoid it. Meanwhile, Armel again mid lane may end up falling, and he does. Does get a boat off, but Kiritz will use the Spike Carapace and cops no damage anyway. So Nasjo at the very least, very dominant in this mid lane. Unfortunately for them though, every other lane has pretty much been lost for the side of SGD. We'll see how far Nasjo can carry the team for a while. Looks like they will catch out Ninja Boogie, and he'll take another kill for himself. So the deny attempt was there from Ninja Boogie, but he won't be able to get there in time. MCY literally starts farming while all that's going on. Still a 7-9 now. Bring up the net worth graph. Of course, we do see the Lifestealer, 3.8k, closely followed by Nasjo at 3.5. Again, it is very hard to shut down Gabby. He doesn't look threatened whatsoever on this Lifestealer right now. Nasjo actually ends up getting Cuckoo this time around. That was the bot lane. Now they are chasing Tims as well. Tims gonna find the courier, but won't even bother trying for it. Nasjo is still on the chase. Primal Spring will not connect, but Boundless Strike will. And now the Impale as well. They'll find Tims at this off lane. Nasjo now 4-0 with 2 assists, doing a fantastic job for his team. And he evens the scoreboard out 9-9 as well. Armel gonna get jumped on. Be fine though. Cuckoo will also join him. Kirit's gonna be put to sleep. Armel will follow up with the Torrent Boat, and this should be a nice little pick off for them. Although Kirit's, no, he will get the Spike Carapace off in time. And now Primal Spring again, straight onto Cuckoo. Kirit's, can he get the Impel? Yes, he can. Now Jingu Mastery is procced, and Cuckoo still surviving throughout all this. But no, Fiend's Grip comes out. They're trying to hold on, but Cuckoo should end up losing his life. And he will eventually, though they might find Nasjo, which is more important. And Armel, he will find it with the Tidebringer. Now Kirit's going to be in trouble as well. Armel waits out the Tidebringer, but the Spike Carapace was there. Now the Impale as well. Meanwhile, Gabby is actually fighting the top lane and does find the CM. We'll go after MCY, but MCY will have the leap, and Armel still looking for this next assassin. Won't be able to find him though. But still, a nice kill onto Nasjo. One he seriously needed as well. That Spike Carapace play. Armel will avoid hitting it while the Spike Carapace was on.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Dire structures are fortified.
Top lane actually. Nasjo going after Gabby now. Primal Spring in. He does find him.
Nice try.
Again, this Monkey King making fantastic rotations across the map for SGD. Though that being said, there is a smoke attempt from Boogie and Cuckoo.
Dire's top tower
They really want this Monkey King. Stampede comes in as well. Hex, wards dropped, and the lock from Ninja Boogie, and that is a very easy pick up onto Nasjo.
The spirits will be singing unto you.
MCY as well, currently just hanging out on the tree line. Cuckoo putting the Siege Creep to sleep to make sure it doesn't hit the tier 1 tower. Every little tick of damage does count. Especially when Gabby, he just needs to keep farming on this Lifestealer for a while. Like, you look at Nasjo on this Monkey King, he is top of the net worth. And these monkeys, they start hitting very, very hard. No bot lane. Nightmare is there. Tim's a very easy setup for his stun. Though Arrow as well will come through and will not connect, but with MCY there, they don't want to go any further. Now Cuckoo getting jumped on. Fiend's Grip comes in. Toss will cancel it. Cuckoo's still alive somehow, though Rampo will eventually find it. So much hesitation from SGD. But they eventually find the Cuckoo kill at the very least. Now Armel, he's coming in. He's found the Mirana, and he will pick off the Mirana. Once the X was there, MCY, he was going absolutely nowhere. SGD, though.
Dire's middle tower
Smoke up on the Monkey King. Nasjo and the CM. Gabby looks to be the target. He does have an armlet now up on this Lifestealer, but you've seen how easy it is for Nasjo once he gets in range.
Illusion.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So it looks like they won't actually go for this. Nasjo will just start farming. Meanwhile, Rampo gets spotted out. He goes for the TP play, but Ninja Boogie had the Hex the whole time. That was a very, very desperate play coming out from Rampo. Unfortunately, he will pay for it anyway.
Dire's top tower
Now the tier 1 bot tower will be the target. However, SGD, they are finding a trade of their own. The tier 1 top will be taken by Nazjo while all this is going on. Mind you, I say that, but there is rotations in Armel. He does not go for the deny on the tier 1. He wanted that torrent. He did not end up connecting. Though they may turn this around now. Wukong's command comes in. Armel surrounded. Frostbite was there as well, and Armel gets bursted straight away. Now Kiritz, they're making a chase onto him. Gabby will find him though. Nazjo gets the bigger kill in the Kunkka. And we sit at a 13 to 15 now. Still the net worth remains at 2k the way of TNC, but SGD keeping up with this team. Ninja Boogie also going to get caught out. Nazjo will pick this one off as well. Nothing this Shadow Shaman could have done to survive that. And to top it all off, Nazjo, he'll find a double damage rune for himself. He already picks up the Echo Saber and he wants that BKB next. Bot lane. Sleep. Cuckoo is there. Now the Centaur trying to run in. Stampede comes in. Rampo trying his best to get out of here, but the Fiend's Grip again comes in, and the boat, well, I say finish the job. Cuckoo will actually pick it up for himself. The raindrops blocking a lot of that magic damage coming out from that boat. Tim's. Still no Blink Dagger available on him, but he is trying to find Nazjo on that Monkey King. Very hard though. You don't have a Quelling Blade available on the scent, so you can't even break down the tree you think he's on. Arrow comes out. Looks like it's just a scouting arrow. The Tim's was out of range anyway. And it does look like the side of SGD. They want to engage into this. They know where they are now. In fact, Nazjo, he will back out. He just gets straight back to farming that mid lane. Though, we do have a lifestealer now in an Ancient Black Dragon.
Oh, bounty.
TNC still circling their prey. There's the Sleep coming out, though. He does have help, and now they will hex up this Nyx. Can they take him down, though? Wards have been dropped. Wukong's command comes in, but the boat will not actually hit Nazjo. Tim's will be the target of him, and he will end up falling. Meanwhile, the buyback comes out from Kiritz. He's in that Vendetta. He goes straight after Cuckoo. Impale is there eventually, though. Shackle is out. They get the Bane as well. But the return kill is actually Ninja Boogie, so it's 3 down for the side of TNC. Now they get more as well. Armel will end up falling. TNC still trying to run for it. Arrow will connect onto Gabby, though, and he is gone. A full team wipe coming out from SGD. And they are looking pretty darn good right now. I thought after that laning stage, they wouldn't really have too much of a hope throughout the mid game, but they are setting up for it very well. We do have a pause. Looks like the Crystal Maiden will unfortunately have to disconnect for a bit. But we have a very even game. It looks like we have Discord problems, actually. Who doesn't have Discord problems?
You're so nice.
Looks like Tim's will try and go for that Blink Dagger, but look at his farm right now. He's sitting there at 3.6k net worth on this position 3. Not having a great time at all. Armel as well, they really shut him down in that mid lane. Like, yeah, he's still decent in net worth, but it's not Armel level of farm. And his Kunkka certainly hasn't had a clear, easy run in this game so far. Not like you usually see it. Saving grace, however, is of course Gabby on that lifestealer, but Nazjo is still leading in terms of net worth with 7.6k. And now we'll get back into this game. Nazjo as well, about to pick up the BKB recipe, or even just the Mithril Hammer first. But he should have a BKB up around that 21-22 minute mark at this rate. In fact, he might even get it faster. Meanwhile in the jungle, Cuckoo trying to go on a warding mission will get caught out. Now, that sentry ward, Rampo will take it himself. In fact, they'll give it to the Crystal Maiden. Just a bit of XP anyway, no gold.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Ninja Boogie does get caught out by MCY, will end up losing his life, and the T1 also ended up falling without being denied. There is an X there by Armel. Is he actually going to engage though? No, he will not.
Dire's middle
Meanwhile,
tower
Gabby and Tims want to try and defend the T1 mid, but nobody's around but them. Armel, he doesn't have a TP available on him either, so he can't get there to defend.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's going to be a two-man mission if they go for this. No blink either on Tims. So it looks like Armel finds himself a... Oh, he's just running fast with the drums. He will get the X off onto Nazjo on that Monkey King. And, well, the Monkey King will cop the boat. Still perfectly healthy, though. But it will stop the push attempt coming in. Looks like Nazjo just trying to secure the BKB first before he goes for any more. Meanwhile, Gabby trying to actually get a Desolator up on this Lifestealer. T1 again will be forced in by SGD and they'll find it. Meanwhile, Avalanche was there, but Cuckoo saves the day with the Nightmare. Now they want to jump this. They want to jump the Bane. Looks like they should be able to find him. There is a Stampede coming in, and Rampo's actually stuck in those Serpent Wards right now. He'll end up dropping. That Torrent was very nice as well. Where's the Wukong's command? He's been shackled up throughout all of this, and they're going to get ripped apart, SGD. Although TNC actually losing this team fight, apparently. Armel, the last man standing, he does manage to survive just barely. That double damage rune doing so much through that team fight, and he will find two with it. He just hits a creep and gets it, and now they're going to clean up. They'll get the full team wipe themselves. The buyback from Ninja Boogie helping out at the end with that Hex. But a Kunkka with a double damage is a very, very scary thing to have to go up against. And that Tidebringer, you saw it a couple times throughout that engagement.
Middle tower is
They were
under
all
attack.
packed within these little trees here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And Armel just cleans up. Gabby. Looks like he wants to go for an infest, but thinks better of it. Nazjo, he needs that BKB so damn bad. Like, they shackle him throughout that whole team fight, and it never gets cancelled.
Dire's middle tower is
He never gets the Wukong's command off, and then they just win the team fight out. It was a pretty close one at that as well. Rampo gonna end up fighting Ninja Boogie. The Stampede will be committed to try and get him out, but MCY, well, they'll get the toss off anyway. Nice attempt, but the Stampede now will be on cooldown by Tims. And SGD starting to take map control. They've gotten all the T1 towers off the side of TNC. They've only lost one of their own. Nazjo, though, will get caught at the bot lane. Not really there for any help either. He's in a lot of trouble, and Gabby will come in and clean up. Open wounds are there. Nazjo, again, nobody could TP in to help him out. So TNC get a very, very valuable pick off on their end. There was actually the full BKB coming out as well. He maybe would have survived if he had that a bit earlier, but unfortunately the couriers can only go so fast. You can't haste them anymore either, like you used to be able to,
Dire
like the good old days. Gabby trying to finish off an Assault Cuirass very early on. See why. Will show himself at the top lane, though Armel had X'd himself. He was fine.
Radiant's middle tower
Ninja
is under
Boogie
attack.
trying to hide in that Shadow Amulet. Perhaps waiting for MCY, but he already backs off anyway.
Radiant's middle tower
Rampo does go ahead and deny the mid-tier 1 tower, so he will deny that gold away from the side of TNC. Mind you, the net worth still very, very even on both ends anyway. Armel. Shadowblade is up, though Moonlight Shadow comes in. That Shadow Blade actually about to wear off, but they just miss him. So he will be perfectly safe. He'll actually TP out of this one. They want to go on Ninja Boogie, it seems, but again, TNC, they already know about this Moonlight. So he really shouldn't stick around, and he actually uses the Shadow Amulet. He'll just stay there in that invis. In fact, no, he'll run off. But surely they want to defend this tier 2 tower, though. The SGD not exactly applying that much pressure either. Looks like Nazjo will TP into the mid lane. Meanwhile, Rampo will get started on that tier 2. The Armel is here. Now the X comes out. That boat as well. They want this Tiny straight off the bat. Hex comes out onto MCY. In fact, no, that's not MCY. That's the Nyx Assassin. They've shackled him up. Rampo ends up going. Armel swinging the sword around, and Tims will find the kill himself. And now Tims on that Centaur has that Blink Dagger up. So a 2 for really nothing. Nazjo, he wasn't there to join the team fight. It looks like he was trying to make his way there, but he wasn't really anywhere near.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now Gabby will get started on that tier 1 top tower. He does have that Desolator up, don't forget, so he does take towers very, very quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, MCY slowly taking down that tier 2 bot tower as well while all that's going on. But there will be a defense. Tims comes in. He has the Lifestealer infested. They actually don't know the Monkey King was there to begin with, though. Meanwhile, the CM finds Cuckoo.
Very cool of you.
And Tims may get jumped here. Nazjo, they should have seen him jumping through the trees, but the Primal Spring is there. Nazjo, BKB's up as well. He has no detection, though, for Ninja Boogie. And that is a 10-second BKB charge wasted. He'll still get the tier 2 out of this, but they're going to come in. Now Hoof Stomp, and they just rip him apart. This monkey just disappears off the map. Rampo, he'll be the next target as well. Gabby, it looks like they will find him, although Boat comes in onto the 3-man. Ninja Boogie's still chasing Rampo while all this is going on. X is there onto Kiritz. An arrow will connect onto Tims. Kiritz should be dead, but there's no detection. Ninja Boogie was still chasing the Tiny, who somehow manages to get away from all that. Ninja Boogie giving the tip to Nazjo. Nazjo pays him the same respect. Dust does come out, but Kiritz, he does have a Blink Dagger available on that Nyx. So TNC, they find the biggest pick off they can, but there should have been at least 2 more. Unfortunately, they just ran out of True Sight. They needed some dust. Cuckoo will be hunted down again. Rampo does actually have a Yules up apparently on this Tiny. That'll be enough. Takes out Cuckoo again. Armel now, Heaven's Halberd is up on him. He wants to make sure this Monkey King just can't right-click for free every time they're in an engagement.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Bot lane, Gabby is pushing it out by himself on this Lifestealer.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Cuckoo tipping Rampo a bit late. Although they have smoked up. They're not really going to find anyone up here. Not right now, but
Radiant's bottom tower is
perhaps
under
MCY can bait them to TP in to defend this tier 2 tower. Mind you, their own tier 3 is going to get pushed in by this creep wave now. But they are going to try and go for a bit of a trade. Tier 2
top tower is under
will end up falling. Looks like the tier 2 mid will also end up falling. TNC not interested in a full 5v5 engagement. They'll find more across the map for that tier 2 top tower.
attack.
So they won't really mind that at all. And they are back in time to be able to defend anyway. And SGD won't be interested in trying to engage them. Armel. Rampo's waiting. They also have Kiritz there on that Nyx. This should be an easy pick-off. He is kind of alone right now, but some slight hesitation. They didn't have any wards either to spot out whether anyone was behind him. Armel now going to get the job started himself. He has the X already in Rampo. He tried to go for the TP attempt, but it won't work out for him, and now he gets hexed up. Kiritz, he misses the Impale as well. Rampo, just a sitting duck. And he's gone. He went to clear the way with the Avalanche toss and blink back into the trees, but Armel was way too quick with that X. So 28 to 27 now, but TNC, again, 4K net worth lead for them. They are starting to pull ahead, and you look at Gabby, he's got the full Assault Cuirass up now. He's going straight into that Basher next. This is when that Lifestealer starts to become very, very scary to go up against. Ninja Boogie trying to find a pick off. They will run past Kiritz, he will spot them out. Looks like they really want to go after the CM though. Arrow will connect onto the Tims on that Centaur, but they'll get the Crystal Maiden regardless. And the Roshan, well, it'll be a pretty quick one as well. With that Deso, with that Assault Cuirass, it's not very hard. Cuckoo actually has a Necro 3 book? When the hell did he get that? Shackle. They will catch out the Nyx. And he's dead. Oh no, he's not. Spike Carapace actually stopping them, but he is eventually dead. Arrow will connect onto Tims though. Can't really follow up on that. And Roshan will actually be avoided now. They go through that mid lane. They're looking for something. But that Roshan is pretty easy pickings. So TNC, they'll return and finish it off. It looks like SGD will give up on trying to counter this Roche play. Or do they? Rampo could jump in. The Blink Dagger available. He does, but it's a bit early. He goes after Gabby, but immediately the Hex comes in. Stampede there as well, and, well, he's just dead immediately. Now Nazjo going to try his luck. Wukong's command comes out. Boundless Strike as well. Jumps in. Can he grab the Aegis? He actually does. Nazjo, he managed to snag it off this Roshan, and now TNC, they've got to walk away, but they can't. The Avalanche toss comes out. They find two very nice pickoffs, and Nazjo again coming in clutch for the side of SGD. And they go straight to that mid-tier 2 tower. The last outer tower left standing for the side of TNC now. Armel gonna jump in with that X. Though, doesn't clear the full creep wave. They do fortify though, and by this point the backdoor protection should kick in. SGD may be forced to just back out. In fact, no. One more hit would do it. They'll just deny it instead.
Dyer's middle tower has been denied.
Still, it remains a very even game. Again, this net worth remains at 1k the way of TNC. That's all we're looking at. You look at this graph and it's kind of just been like, sometimes it's SGD's favor. Now it's TNC's. In about 30 seconds, that will be up to the middle line. It just doesn't update very quickly. We look at the Dota Plus win probability. It does believe TNC has a 73% chance of winning this game out, so we'll see how accurate that is. Mind you, it has been diving a bit back the way of SGD recently. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Basher will come up onto Gabby on that Lifestealer now. He does also hold a gem, just in case the Nyx is around him.
Dire are scanning.
MCY, full BKB up, 10-second charge is available. He will be going straight into a Daedalus next, so he needs some... They're saying he needs some right-click damage. That's fair enough. It's like Cuckoo will be in charge of defending at that top lane, but he has the Necro 3 book, so it's actually quite easy. Now, who have they caught out? That is Nazjo they've caught out on that Monkey King. He will lose his Aegis. And TNC, are they going to return? They thought about it, but Nazjo commits the BKB, and the Stampede out is there from TNC now. So they have caught out the Centaur. Gabby will come out, will start fighting. Wants Kirit straight off the bat. They take Tims out though. SGD, they find one big pick off. Now Nazjo, nice avalanche comes in, but there's no follow-up, and he takes the Nightmare off him. The Shackle will be there on this Mirana. I don't think MCY was meant to do that. He gets X'd up now as well. BKB comes out. Rampo's still in massive, massive trouble though. And Nazjo just wants to get the hell out of this. Fiend's Grip comes out onto the Mirana. He can't even leap away. In SGD, they start falling apart. I think that was a misclick. And Cuckoo thinks the same. Tips MCY throughout all of it.
Radiant's middle tower is under
The tier 3 now under siege. I think they just go straight for racks as well. Like, you've got 2 cores with no buyback available. The only one that does have, that is alive, that can defend is really Nazjo. He doesn't even have the Wukong's command though. So I think this is just a rack's gone.
barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Do they go for more though? Well, there's a tier 2 top tower still sitting there, and there's a line being drawn out by Tims. He wants to take it easy,
Your admiral is
take it slowly and do it smartly. They'll go for maybe the shrine at the top tower, and they will do so. TNC now extend that net worth lead 6k their way. That is a bit more like it. In fact, make that 7.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Mind you, Nazjo, what's he going for now? He does have the Silver Edge available.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's going to go for an Eye of Skadi next on this Monkey King. Looks like Cuckoo going for a BKB of his own as well on this Bane. Kiritz, though, will find him. Can cancel the TP and will do so with the Impale. Now, they should be able to find this very easy pick off onto the Bane, but makes a run for it. Boundless Strike connects. Nazjo keeping that vision. The Nightmare is there on the Nyx Assassin, but the Jingle Mastery procs and they'll find it. Though the rest of TNC were smoked up, looking for a pick-off of their own. They don't find anybody. Inside of SGD, they saw that Aether Shock coming out of Ninja Boogie, so they know they're smoked up. Though MCY, not realizing they may be in the mid lane. Tims finds him, and now Gabby will just rip him apart with that Life Stealer. The Hex was there just in case by Ninja Boogie. Though SGD, realizing they're in a spot of bother right now, they start pushing out the bot tower. So the tier 3 will push in by SGD. I don't think TNC get too frightened by this though. They'll probably just wait it out. Cuckoo, he does have the respawn in 20 seconds anyway. Rampo though, gonna try and force them to back off. In fact, Tims, he will TP back to his own shrine. Rampo may get caught out due to this. It's a smart little play from Tims to actually just TP to the shrine instead of the tier 3 tower. But he does value those bounty runes, and he actually finds the Nyx Assassin anyway.
lineal. I'd say wicked
Radiant's
sick.
bottom
And
shrine
with that,
is under attack.
they find themselves at the shrine. They'll take the second one for themselves. Nobody's coming to defend from the side of SGD. Rampo still trying to push this top lane out a bit. He may try to go for Cuckoo as well, but
Bottom shrine
I don't think it's worth trying.
dire
And they know exactly where he is anyway. They drop the sentry ward and he's trapped. The wards are there as well. And the shackle. Rampo, he's going to try and find the return kill onto Cuckoo, but... oh, he actually blinks out. Now the TP attempt as well. Is he actually going to get out of this one? He will. That Yule's blink actually makes it out. The tips come out for Ninja Boogie. The Hex wasn't actually available. Ninja Boogie had no mana for it. So, SGD, they really get away with that when they really shouldn't have. Though Tim's now the lifesteal infested again, looking for another pick off. Nazjo is aware and gets the hell out of there immediately. It's like TNC. They go back up to that top lane and think about pushing that out. Armel will take care of it though. They don't have the Serpent Ward to drop, so they will have to just... Tims? Still infested as well. Assault Cuirass as well coming out onto Armel. So now they've got 2 Assault Cuirasses going on. Crystal Maiden. They don't make the jump on her yet. Currently, SGD find themselves stuck in their own base. Still one racks down in that mid lane. TNC, they're slow playing this. No need to rush for them. They don't take any risks whatsoever. Of course, an Aghanim Scepter also coming out on Tim's. Roshan will be respawning in about 50 seconds from now. Gabby wanting the runes checked. There will be an Invis rune bot. Nothing too valuable.
Invisibility.
And again, they just leave all the lanes pushed out. Kirit's currently hunting Ninja Boogie. We'll be able to go for this, and they'll find him.
Are you ready to run?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
TNC, with that death, they won't go any further. They'll probably just wait the Shadow Shaman respawn out. SGD just continue to farm in their base. MCY, he's getting very close to finishing off his Daedalus, though I'm sure he's going to save for buyback. They will go for a smoke, however. Oh, and Armel, he hasn't X'd himself up, so he's going to get caught out with the Boundless Strike, though. He does have a BKB available. Arrow. Just thrown out there to see if they can get lucky, but they won't. Now TNC, seeing the aggression coming out from SGD, group up a bit. Roshan is also up, but the side of SGD should be guessing this is being taken. It looks like Kirit's going to scout the jungle, realize nothing's happening. He will find the courier for himself, however. And he realizes the Roshan being taken, but now he jumps in by himself. Though he will spike Carapace and walk his way out of there for the moment. The X was there from Armel, and they'll finish him off. Meanwhile, the Rampo with the 4-man avalanche, but it won't be quite enough quite yet. Tims will end up falling. Now Rampo will lose his own life. MCY trying to burst down Gabby, but he is perfectly fine throughout all this. The only one left there is Nazjo on this Monkey King. And with the Wukong's command dropped, nobody walks into it. Meanwhile, Tims, he ended up buying back on this Centaur. But everyone on the map buys back.
Bounty.
Nazjo. They're just going to hug that Roshan pit right now. Arrow will actually connect onto Gabby, but nobody initiates. Now with the Nightmare coming out onto the Tiny, it looks like he's just going to get melted. That hesitation after that arrow, it's like a good 4 or 5 second arrow coming out on the Lifestealer, but it felt like either they hesitated or no one was in a real position to go for that. Still, you had the Tiny right there. He could have probably tossed him back, but I guess it's still way too dangerous. TNC, they'll claim the Roshan for themselves now. They also claim a 14k net worth lead, and, well, they almost pick at the cheese, but Armel will come pick it up. Gabby a bit lactose intolerant himself. Rather the Aegis. See White. Gonna find Tims. Can he burst him down? This is a dieback if he can. He does leap back though. Tims will get away with his life. Though if he died back there, it would have actually been quite nice for SGD. Like you could have delayed the game out a lot more. Meanwhile, bot lane Kiritz will find Ninja Boogie on that Shadow Shaman. I have Skadi now is up as well on this Monkey King. So Nazjo starting to really get quite tanky. Does have the level 25 talent as well. The MCY. Armel going to sneak up on him. The Abyssal comes out as well, and MCY gets ripped apart. That was a dieback on this Mirana. She did buy back throughout the, well, she died in the Roche pit, and then she bought back to return to the Roche pit.
Your admiral is on board.
Invisibility.
With that, they know she's gone for about 100 seconds now, and it looks like TNC are ready to push in with their full team.
Radiant's
Of course, Ninja Boogie buys back to be able to take advantage of this Mirana dieback. Bring up the buyback status just as this fight's about to engage Gabby. Gonna take the tier 3 though. Rampo will jump in straight onto Armel. Now the Wukong's command as well. It's pretty darn nice, but TNC just run immediately out of there. Ninja Boogie's still alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Though that Spirit Vessel ticking him out. He's getting quite low, but 5 HP he survives on. And they give him the cheese now. It's like, alright, you survived, here's the cheese. Tier 3 tower
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
will go down. Now the racks as well. TNC really started to pull ahead.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And with that, they go for the final. There's still 35 seconds without this Mirana. They will jump onto the Crystal Maiden and try to burst her down. That is a boat fleet coming in, and it will connect. And now they're going to try and clean up, although Centaur may have gone too far. Tim's, he should be okay, but the Spirit Vessel does a lot of damage onto him. They will go after this Nyx Assassin now. The Shackle does connect, and well, they will get that final rack. So Fortification comes through. Gabby does have an Aegis throughout all this, mind you. Wukong's command still not available.
Radiant's top barracks.
They can just burst down the Aegis if they really want, but TNC, they already have the Megas. They're going for the Fiend's Grip as well, onto the Nyx Assassin, so he's going to go down. That's a dieback on him. They found the Monkey King as well. That's a dieback on him. And the side of TNC finding themselves a 5v3. Gabby does not plan to back off whatsoever. Again, he does still have that Aegis to respawn with. And this will be over. The tier 4s go down. TNC, they will lose the Aegis on Gabby, but that doesn't matter too much. The Rampo will jump in. The Hex is there. Arrow does not connect. Nightmare will get taken off, and now Gabby will just take him down. Gabby actually has a Refresher Orb on him right now. And a very easy, well, I wouldn't say easy actually, 44 minutes in. That was quite a close game from SGD. Definitely the hardest fight I would say TNC's had throughout this league so far. But it was still a definitely somewhat of a convincing win near the end. Like SGD, they find themselves having an amazing start, but they just can't capitalize on it. And so we'll see what they can do within game 2. Of course, TNC are now leading 1-0, and it is a best of 2, so they only really have the option to tie it up. But for the moment, guys, it is MLP Dota. I'll be right back with you in just a moment, hopefully, to see how this game 2 turns out.